We all hope to leave a lasting mark on the world, to have a positive impact on people, to make a difference. William Mr. Bill Jenkins did that, and more. The legacy he left is truly aspirational. From his long and dedicated service to Phi Kappa Tau, to the larger Greek community, to the Oxford Kiwanis Club, and to serious fun. And for Phi Tau, perhaps the most lasting legacy is our Candlelight ceremony, written by Mr. Bill for the 1975 National Convention. Mr. Bill, we'll meet again in heaven, sure, in the name of Phi Kappa Tau.
What a wonderful tribute to our friend, my friend, Bill Jenkins, the author, frequent editor, and often host of our beloved Candlelight ceremony, which tonight becomes the capstone of the 25th National Convention since this ceremony was first performed exactly 50 years ago at the 1975 National Convention. Though Bill's ascension into chapter eternal in 2024 brings to an end an era of sorts, it makes tonight's ceremony even more poignant as it continues on, both as a legacy to Bill and to our founders, two of whom he knew personally. Tonight, we newer links in the long chain of brotherhood are here to tend and to nurture the age-old beacons of our brotherhood. And so, it is only fitting that we dedicate this evening's ceremony not just to Bill's memory, but to all the brothers who have come before us. This evening, as we close the 66th National Convention of our great fraternity by celebrating the birth of an experience which began nearly 12 decades ago on a cold March day on the campus of Miami University. On that very special day, a group of 21 courageous and determined young men gathered in the old main building to share a belief in something bigger than themselves, to share a vision, and to share the experience of fraternity. We can almost hear these men saying, "I shall try always to discharge the obligation to others, which arises from the fact that I am a fraternity man." Although those words would not be written for another 44 years. Those 21 men had absolutely no idea that those of us in this room on this night would be honoring the decisions they made on that significant day in 1906. Wise men realized that very often where no tree exists, we must be willing to plant one so that others may enjoy its fruit and shade. We have been here this week because we are helping to plant great trees, and our continuing belief in the experience of fraternity will keep those trees healthy for generations to come. To those here tonight, thank you. Thank you for your willingness to give Phi Kappa Tau fruit, shade, and strength. I am confident that those early pioneers of our fraternity would be enthusiastic about your presence here tonight. Those men who gathered on the Miami campus 119 years ago were not myths. Indeed, they were flesh and blood. And those men were also students, like most of you who are in this room tonight. There is an old Welsh proverb that says, "He that would be a leader must first be a bridge." He that would be a leader must first be a bridge. Those 21 men, including the 4 who were ultimately chosen to be recognized as founders, had precious little way to know that they were indeed bridge builders. And the graduate members of this fraternity who are here with us this evening have themselves been bridge builders too. So it seems to me that this is our job, yours and mine, student members and alumni alike, to make certain the bridges we build are sturdy and sound and able to withstand the test of time. This evening, it is my honor to escort you through our candlelight ceremony, which has now become an important tradition in our fraternity. It was conceived by Bill Jenkins, Bowling Green, 1957, at the 1975 National Convention at the Lake of the Ozarks in Missouri. It has changed very little since then. The tradition continues. Tonight, I invite 4 men to come forward and represent our honored founders. The first is Jim Bacon, initiated in 1958, and the senior brother attending this year's convention, his first. Tom Wilson, who attended his first convention in 1966. Past national president Rick Keltner from Sacramento State. And Michael Sapparo, the current president of Alpha Chapter, just initiated last year, who carries on that tradition at Miami University. Brothers, yours is an important responsibility this night. Upon you rests the responsibility of carrying forward the founders' original spark of brotherhood. To your brothers here assembled, we salute you. Founders Dwight I. Douglas, the class of 1906, William H. Scheidler, the class of 1907, Clinton D. Boyd, the class of 1908, and Taylor Bordale of the class of 1908, would each be proud that these 4 brothers are representing them this evening. Phi Kappa Tau is committed to developing values of character and good citizenship. Those 4 men, together with their associates, made a similar commitment to those same virtues. I invite Brother Bacon, representing Founder Douglas, to receive the spark of brotherhood from a founder's candle. Founder Douglas was the oldest of our founders. He presided over the first meeting on March 17, 1906, as he was completing his final year at Miami. He entered Miami in 1904 as a transfer student from Ohio Wesleyan, played football. Physically, he was probably the largest student on the Miami campus. Douglas served in the 27th Engineers in France during World War I and died at a young age in 1940. Now I invite Brother Michael Sapara to represent Founder Scheidler. Founder Scheidler was the scholar of the founding group, having the nickname Doc. Even as a student, he entered Miami in 1904 and graduated in 3 years. He returned to Miami with a PhD in geology from Cornell in 1910. He founded and chaired Miami's geology department and taught for 47 years, a record that is still standing. He attended his last convention, Pasadena, in California in 1958, Bill Jenkins' first. Founder Scheidler died in Oxford the following December. I now invite Brother Tom Wilson to represent Founder Boyd. Clinton Boyd came to Miami in 1904. Together with Scheidler, he helped organize the unaffiliated men of the student body. He ran track, was an outstanding orator, and he earned his law degree from Michigan and practiced law in Middletown, Ohio, for the remainder of his life. He helped to initiate his son, Clinton D. Boyd, Jr., at Alpha Chapter in 1948. He was killed tragically in an automobile accident in 1950. I now invite Brother Rick Keltner to represent Founder Taylor Bordale. Born into a prominent Quaker family, Founder Bordale came to Miami in the fall of 1904 to study science, with a particular interest in chemistry. At Miami, he possessed remarkable organizational and political skills, earning the nickname Boss. At his death in 1977, at the age of 92, Bordale had lived longer than any of the other founders by almost 20 years, and is the only founder that many of our brothers remember. And then there were none. But look what they set in motion. Over 100,000 members, and almost 120 years later, our membership reflects men whose lives are marked by the values of Phi Kappa Tau. Because Phi Kappa Tau has touched the lives of brothers in every corner of the country, and indeed in every corner of the world, it is fitting to ask these brothers who represent our founders to now take the spark of brotherhood to the four corners of the room. I invite the assembled brothers to rise and go to one of these men to receive their spark, forming our circle of brotherhood as they do. For those men and women with us this evening who are not members of Phi Kappa Tau, we are honored to have you here in our midst, to spend these moments observing a symbol of what this fraternity means to these students and alumni. I offer each of you a poem. penned not by a member of this fraternity, but by someone who clearly understood the experience of true brotherhood. An old man going a lone highway came to an evening cold and gray, to a chasm vast and deep and wide. The old man crossed in the twilight dim. The sullen stream had no fear for him. But he turned when safely on the other side and built a bridge to span the tide. Old man, said a fellow pilgrim near, you are wasting your strength with building here. Your journey soon will end with the close of day. You never again will pass this way. You've crossed the chasm deep and wide. Why build a bridge at evening tide? Good friend, in the path that I have come, he said, there followeth after me today a young man whose feet must pass this way. This chasm that has been naught to me, to that fair-haired youth, may a pitfall be. He too must cross in the twilight dim. So, good friend, I am building this bridge for him. I am building this bridge for him. Now we give pause to what each of us is about. Tonight we each are charged with the task of making certain that individually and collectively we tonight build bridges to plant trees for those yet to come and for those whom we may never meet, all the while knowing they will be better for our having been here today. So we grow, generation by generation. It is fitting that we conclude this experience joining together in our brotherhood song. We are brothers now and ever, until the day we die. And when the time comes rolling round, and we bid our last goodbye, there is one thing sure and certain. Let us bow our heads in awe. We'll meet again in heaven, sure. In the name of Phi Kappa Tau. We are brothers now and ever, today, tomorrow, and for all the years to come. Long live Phi Kappa Tau. Until we meet again, good night, Godspeed, travel safely.